just every team. David, thank you. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now here is Harris. Richardson with it. Now defended by Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harris, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got the first points of the night for the 76ers.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
Hayward against Harris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
And he makes the first.
You know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
Hayward hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Tice. Here's Tatum. Lays it up off the glass.
And Tatum used to getting hit while he's shooting. I mean, he absorbs it like you would expect a pro to and powers right through that contact.
Now here's Simmons playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here is Hayward, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Harris outside. To the inside. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Richardson outside. Horford the pass to Simmons. Fires the 3. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. So the wing on the left. Walker against Simmons. Embiid with the steal. And now the 76ers on the break. Harris, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now, here's Walker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Richardson.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
The first one falls. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Tell you what, Walker is an exceptional scorer. I mean, a clever guard who wreaks havoc with his quickness and ball skills.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Well, the last few years, we've seen a huge improvement from Tobias Harris's shooting the deep ball.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. He went from not really having a reliable outside shot to being a 40% shooter from outside the arc. It's opened up a lot for the rest of his game, and it's a big reason why he scored over 20 points a game last year.
That's good from Harris.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Walker kicks to Tatum. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for a shot.
And that one falls for Tatum. Moves on moves. That's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
And so Tatum nails them both.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
Hayward against Harris. Hayward dishes to Tatum. Pass to Tice. Simmons against Walker. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The 76ers again can't hit it. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And for Simmons and Embiid, a clash of styles, too. Simmons, you know, Clark, is at his best in transition.
And, you know, Embiid, guys, is more a half-court threat, attacking in the post. Long term, I think they'll figure it out, but it'll be interesting to see how that plays out between those two.
Embiid. That shot off the mark. Hayward with some nice D. Brown feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to Walker. A three-pointer off the mark.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Harris finds Embiid. Richardson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Nailed from three-point land.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Now here's Tatum. 17 points in his last outing. Passes it to Walker. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Horford. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for Richardson. A very nice season for him last year. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Walker's shot is off. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
So it's the Celtics now, after the Sixers pick up 2. Richardson against Brown. Over Richardson. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The 76ers leading by 7. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Hayward. Harris against Hayward. And it's denied. Now here's Tatum. He's guarded closely.
I love when Tatum puts it on the floor now. Superb at driving right to the basket and has excellent speed to get there.
Richardson kicks to Horford. Now Richardson, a 23-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City. Outside, Simmons, just 4 to shoot. Embiid inside, defended by Tice. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Joel Embiid. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in rebounding, 4th in scoring, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. Here's Walker. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
He's trying to get it going offensively, but right now just 1 of 4 to start.
Simmons on the wing, guarded by Walker. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got 6 points.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
And Tice gets it to go.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
76ers have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, one thing you've got to know about Kemba Walker is that this guy can go off at any time. A dynamic scorer that also possesses the killer instinct. And when he gets it going, watch out. It can snowball into a dominating performance.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's James Ennison for Richardson. And then for Boston, Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Tatum. And Smart subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Hits out that one from Ennis. And for Walker, who stayed 3 years at UConn, Clark, he just keeps getting better on the offensive end.
Boy, Kemba Walker is one of the most dynamic little guys we've had in the league in its history. I mean, his ability to score from outside and inside, really hard to match and quite special. He's the type of player who always is surprising you on the upside.
Here's Cantor. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on the Philadelphia 76ers. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
He misses the free throw. Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
Now here's Ennis. Left side, Harris. Outside for Simmons. No good from outside. Celtics trail by 3. Brown with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Williams passes to Brown. Back to Williams. Fades. And that one hits back iron. And it's Harris with the ball for Philadelphia. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the board. They just pounded them inside.
And the dunk by Brown.
And Brown runs the floor like a locomotive, 225 pounds, and wrecks defenses in transition.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 6. And it's blocked, but they recover it. Here's Korkmaz. That shot, no good. Excellent D there from Williams. Boston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Smart. And again, it's Boston converting. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Here's Harris. Marcus Smart picking up that last basket. Can they get it? And it's laid up and in by Harris. Harris has got 7.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in, and then for Boston, Tatum comes in for Brown, and Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. Wanamaker looking over the floor. That 3 off the mark.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Simmons passes to Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Well, Simmons has what I call see-ahead vision. I mean, he sees a play ahead, and he's a great passer.
And the pass to Canner. Outside, Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Second, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And the first one drops. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
So he gets them both. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Wanamaker. Now the feed to Tatum. Outside, Smart. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen. Pass to Korkmaz. And stolen by Tatum. Outside Williams, just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, drains the three-pointer. Smart's got 5.
And of course, this is Smart's biggest hurdle. Sometimes he looks great shooting the three. Sometimes, though, it's just the opposite.
And here is Burke. And the jumper is on the mark. And we reached the end of the first quarter. 76ers on top, up by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit, he adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
On the court for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the 2-guard spot.
Awesome speed from Tatum. Excels at getting to the right place in these fast break chances.
Burke looking over the floor. Fades away. That one good for 2. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Excellent D from Kanter.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Richardson against Smart. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The 76ers lead it. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Richardson the pass to Embiid. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Enes Kanter. Good season for him last year. 14th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. Just 3 to shoot from deep three-point range, and Boston with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Now, here's Richardson. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Richardson kicks to Burke. Back to Richardson. No good there. Excellent D from Kanter. Here's Hayward, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now, here's Scott. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Got a piece of it. Richardson outside. Right side, Scott. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Hayward against Richardson. Hayward dishes to Smart over Burke. Smart misses. And it's Burke with the ball for Philadelphia. Pass to Richardson. Pass to Embiid. To end the drought. Rebounded by the Celtics. Cantor's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smart wide open. He fires. And again, it's Boston converting.
Good read from Tatum that time. Saw the defense had overcommitted and then made them pay with the sweet dime. Well done.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Al Horford's checked in for the 76ers. Ben Simmons comes in for Burke.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Here's Richardson. Kemba Walker making his last shot. To the paint, here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
Get Embiid the ball and he goes to work, especially that close to the basket.
And Coach Brown Clark captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation, and I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
The 76ers making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Harris has really become much more adept at finishing hard shots. Great focus there.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker, and that one goes long.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Here's Ennis. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Walker. Simmons with the defensive effort.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, never shy about getting to that rack. Simmons so aggressive playing downhill. Nice dunk there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Brown. 23 points for him the last game against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Harris passes to Horford. Feeds to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended. Was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Korkmaz, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Tice kicks to Walker. A stupendous finish in traffic. Walker's got 9.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
Harris against Brown. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
The 76ers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. First free throw is good. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it, when teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
Mark, we have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best to have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently, or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Now here's Simmons. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Shoots over Walker. No good from Simmons. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And Simmons kicks to Ennis. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Ennis has got the lead up to 10 now for Philadelphia. Boston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Walker finds Brown. Outside, Smart. Inside, Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Tatum showing you his force that time, being athletic and aggressive on the finish.
Now here's Ennis, guarded by Smart. Ennis passes to Simmons. A floater, and no good. Walker with some nice D. Celtics trail by 8. The pass to Brown. That's tipped. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Korkmaz, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
That free throw good from Korkmaz.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Philadelphia. And so he hits both. Celtics trail by 10. Walker dishes to Brown. Outside, Smart. Brown with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Brown drives in. It's hauled in by Harris.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Simmons finds Horford, shoots over Walker, and there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Simmons. Horford's got his first 2 points. Boston shooting 47% from the floor since the end of the first quarter. It's stolen by Harris. Here's Simmons. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Sensing the contact coming and adjusting his shot accordingly. Nice recognition and adjustment by Simmons.
Now here's Brown. Right side to Walker. Dishes it to Smart. Hayward outside. Clock at 6. The shot. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Tatum.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Simmons with it. 12 points for him. Pass to Horford. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Hayward's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Smart kicks to Walker. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Simmons inside. Working on Walker. Richardson for 3. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Smart.
You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second. Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to Washington. 26 seconds left to play in the first half. Back to Horford. 6 to shoot. Can't hit from 12. Smart passes to Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Brown is a guy who is hunting contact. Defenders have to be more cautious around him when they're defending.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
That free throw good from Brown.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Good on both. There's 10 seconds left here in the second. Outside, Simmons. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
That we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. That's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
They did some good things, but the defense could have been much better. They allowed too many open looks, allowed the other team to make over half the shots. Some of that is not getting enough pressure on the ball, not really contesting at the rim. They look good, but not good enough.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Philadelphia. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And here's Richardson following Jaylen Brown's three. Floats one. Bucket is good. Richardson's got 5.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with the solid screen.
Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Brown finds Tatum over Simmons. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Tatum.
You know, guys, Tatum's ability to rise into his jump shot makes him hard to defend for just about all defenders.
And it's Simmons penetrating. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Third quarter of basketball, we're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Horford. Over Hayward, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And it's a 7-point Philadelphia lead. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Celtics. It's Brown on the wing. From downtown, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
The 76ers leading by 4. Richardson kicks to Horford. Brown against Richardson. Great D that time from Tatum.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Brown dishes to Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now just a 1-point 76ers lead. Outside, Simmons. Knocked away. Stolen by Walker. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And finished off by Brown.
Walker can be a slick, sneaky defender. A lot of his steals result in instant offense.
Simmons passes to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Here's Horford. That one rolling around and rims out. And it's the Celtics ball. They've got an 8-0 run. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now, here's Walker. 14 points for him. And it's sent back by Horford. Harris against Brown. Harris outside. Richardson finds Simmons. Out to the wing. Here's Horford. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Here's Boston now. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Richardson against Walker. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Richardson. Simmons looking around. Passes it to Harris. Embiid against Tatum. 5 on the clock. And here's Harris from the arc. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Yeah, you know, the three-point range Harris has added to his game makes him that much harder to defend. He always is somebody you've got to be aware of.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's foul number 2 for him. Walker the pass to Hayward. Richardson against Walker. And yes, it's good. Walker's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Not just a jump shooter. Walker also pretty athletic. And athletic enough to get inside and finish around the basket. Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
2 points. That one goes. 16 points for Ben Simmons.
Boy, he's a real bully inside. I mean, you forget sometimes that Simmons is 6'9", 6'10", with nice touch. It's a nice combination near the basket.
The 76ers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now the dish to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Harris looking it over. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
That's good from Harris. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. The ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
And here's Richardson after Gordon Hayward hitting the three. Another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And it's sent back by Horford. Simmons left side, kicks to Richardson. The pass to Embiid. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Well, I tell you, it's pretty obvious. Embiid takes pride in and enjoys tricking his defenders and getting them to jump on the pump fake.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Celtics.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
That free throw, no good. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
And he sinks the second.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Now a timeout called by Boston. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Al Horford is checked in for Joel Embiid. Harris comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Ben Simmons in for Burke. Now here's Tatum. He's got 16. Walker's shot is off.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
To the inside, Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 8 now on the night. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Boston. A 2-point game. Down low. And there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got 18 points.
Yeah, I think the train has left the station in regards to Walker ever being able to live his shoot-first reputation down. But as we see here, this is a guy who can make some spectacular passes.
Now here is Horford. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The 76ers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
First one falls for him.
You know, he was the 3rd pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice, and Marcus Smart has subbed in for Gordon Hayward. So Horford gets 2. Boston's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Walker goes in, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
Picked away. Here's Korkmaz, guarded by Walker, and a dunk by Horford.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Brown outside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Simmons. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Now Walker, 16 points for him. Looking to get back on track here. Good, he hits the jump shot. Walker's got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, that's why Walker's the guy that really stirs the drink for them. Such a really good understanding of the pick and roll.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
The first one falls.
During his rookie season, Jason Tatum was Boston's go-to guy in the Eastern Conference Finals. A rare opportunity, and that young fella delivered at a high level.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Ennis is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Simmons. He's got 18. Pass to Korkmaz. And here is Horford, guarded by Tatum. To the middle. Ennis taking his time here. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And, you know, guys, we know Simmons most enjoys getting others involved, but he's showing you he can have huge nights himself as well.
Pass to Cantor. Back to Walker. Poked away. Here's Harris. Excellent D from Cantor. Celtics trail by 4. Outside, Smart. Walker with it. Picked up by Harris. Brown wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Simmons passes to Harris. 1:21 left in the third quarter. He kicks it to Ennis. He can't get it to go. So the Celtics will take it the other way. And a wide open look for Walker. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Simmons passes to Korkmaz. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Harris against Brown. From deep. Harris, no good.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Cantor against Simmons. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, after missing his first year out of college due to injury, Ben Simmons ended up winning Rookie of the Year in 2018, proving the wait was worth
it. And Simmons drops them both. Here's Walker. With the floater, he lays it in. Walker's got 23.
Walker does a good job, really solid job at filling out the defense. Takes a lot of pride in keeping them off balance with the floater.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Celtics out in front. as they wrap up the third quarter on a 12-4 run. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Williams, also Hayward out there. Smart is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Wanamaker in at the 2. And Hayward at the stuff.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. Poked loose. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Stolen by Smart. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Smart leading the charge.
Terrific steal. Smart doesn't take a lot of chances, but knows when to pick his spots.
Embiid, the pass to Ennis. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Korkmaz kicks to Scott. Shot clock at 6.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Embiid, the pass to Korkmaz. And here is Scott. Clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. No good from Simmons. Boston leading by 8. Smart passes to Wanamaker. Passes to Kanter. Scott against Hayward. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. Hayward's got the lead up to 10 now for Boston. And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Kicks it to Ennis. Knocked loose. Embiid dishes to Ennis. Fade away. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game. Out to Hayward. Bangs home the trifecta. Hayward's got 12 points in just the second half.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And the 76ers with some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Mike Scott, and it's Richardson in for Korkmaz. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. Here's Wanamaker. Richardson covering. Wanamaker the pass to Williams. No good on the 3. The 76ers trail by 11. And here's Richardson. He dishes it to Simmons. Five to shoot. Richardson against Hayward. Outside, Simmons. Shot clock at 5. Here's Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Horford's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the 76ers. Smart kicks to Williams. And Wanamaker has it in the corner. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Smart. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Man, I love how Simmons sets the floor up. So good at spotting his teammates for high-quality shots.
Smart with the ball. Outguarded by Simmons. Hayward passes to Cantor. Banked in off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 9.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
Now the pass to Simmons. Pass to Horford. Here's Ennis. And the 3 off target.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Pass to Simmons. They get a hand on it. Horford dishes to Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Horford.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Passes it to Cantor. Shoots over Embiid. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Here's Richardson. Got it. Good job in the low post. Smart with the ball. And there's the pass to Cantor. Dishes it to Hayward. And Hayward at the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Simmons inside. He's guarded by Williams. Now here's Ennis. In the corner, it's Richardson. Floats one up. Excellent D there from Williams. Celtics leading by 8. There's the dish to Hayward. Over Horford. Connects in the foul line jumper. And that's now 20 points for Gordon Hayward.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Simmons with it. Williams picks him up. 6 on the shot clock. The feed to Horford. Rebounded by the Celtics. Cantor's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Wanamaker misses. The 76ers trail by 10. Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Cantor. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Embiid.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Ennis. Then for the Celtics, Jason Tatum. He's checked in for Williams. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. That's good from Cantor. Well, the book, Greg, is the same for Enes Kanter as it's always been. Great score inside, but his defense leaves you wanting.
And Kevin, at this point, he is who he is. I mean, for better or worse. Kanter is still a force off the bench to give a team some post presence in their second unit, but not sure he'll ever be a player to build around.
Doesn't go that time. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 13. Horford. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. And Al Horford drops them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Here's Walker. And the layup's good off the glass. Walker's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
Boy, this little fella, Kemba Walker, is a treat to watch, especially when he takes it all the way to the cup. He's got explosive speed and finishes with ease on the drive.
Back to Richardson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Richardson's got 4 points this quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Tatum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Good to see Tatum as a young player use his body to draw contact, and it seems to me like he's always looking for opportunities to get to the free throw line.
And he makes the first. That one misses. The 76ers trail by 12. Richardson outside. Horford kicks to Simmons. Pass to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. And another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11. Boston leading by 9. Hayward on the wing. Outside, Smart. He kicks to Walker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Boy, he keeps constant pressure on the defense. That is for sure. Walker gets to the foul line quite a bit.
He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits. He hits both from the stripe. 1:56 left in the fourth. The 76ers running out of time. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Tatum. And Embiid throws it down.
Embiid is unstoppable. Just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They lead by 8. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Simmons against Walker. Makes it off the glass. Walker's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Hey, it's all about how you think, and the mindset of Walker, impressive. He can score in a lot of ways and dominates on offense with virtual ease.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
It's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. They're leading by 8.
Oh, I tell you, when Tatum puts it all together, he is so much fun to watch. He's a player with a very bright future.
Inside. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Simmons. 19 points for Joel Embiid.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Brown outside. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, Tobias Harris is a great scorer, and he's had multiple NBA stops, and I think you just have to simply say this guy has always been wanted.
And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Walker against Simmons. Now here's Walker. He's tightly guarded.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Al Horford clearly has the touch right now.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're in front by 2. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They trail by 4. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Takes the 3. And Boston with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 6. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Horford with the bounce pass. Simmons finds Richardson. So we see Boston get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, what turned this game around tonight?
Came out with energy in the second half. I mean, after we had a little bit of a lull there, called a timeout and we regrouped and got it together. I thought we played well, shared the basketball. We regrouped.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a different team the second half. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.